A woman offered to buy me a shot at the bar last night. When was the last time you felt like the prettiest girl in the room? Just FYI, I'm in a relationship, which I said to her, and she still gave me the shot, and damn it I felt flattered. I walked past two gentlemen at the bar comparing beards, when one of them piped up not like it matters with this handsome walking around, and he points to my cleanly shaven face. They were pretty funny. Only compliment I ever get is cool shirt, better than nothing I guess. Once my wife and I were driving around and she got a call from a friend. She'd been out drinking and was rather tipsy and needed a ride home. We picked her up and it was about a 20-minute drive to her place. After a few minutes she looked at me, got a big smile, then looked embarrassed, said, "I like your beard," and then looked at her lap still embarrassed. She then repeated this every 2 to 3 minutes for the entire drive to her place. When we got there and she got in her place, my wife said, "I don't know if you noticed, but you're kind of her type." Girl I've been friends with for like 10 years. We have always had a little bit of sexual tension between the two of us, but nothing ever happened because we both were never single at the same time until now. We had a first date, it went good, and at the end she jokingly said, "If I pay for the second date, you gonna let me hit?" And just that brazen and desire from someone who is super shy blew me away, and IDK I'm just happy again, which I have been pretty depressed for the last few months, so I'm hoping things go well. A girl gave me 3 pints one night. What she didn't tell me was those pints had been given to her by a random guy at the bar. I got spiked, don't remember how I got home, and spent the next 3 days in an absolute state. I got proxy spiked. That was a fun night. I was out at a club for a mate's birthday, and I was dancing with my friends, getting on famously with a girl, bought her a drink and we went for a cigarette. She leaned over and said to me, "Obviously I would take you home, but I have a boyfriend." I was taken aback. I do not consider myself attractive and it really made my night. Needless to say, I went home alone and fell asleep with one shoe on. I was the prettiest man that night. Maybe 6 or 7 years ago. I'm not much of a bar scene guy, but I was out with either a roommate and her friends and a coworker and her friends. Anyways, the subjectively handsome carved from marble by Apollo looking guy walks up and, for whatever reason, seems to want to talk to me. Anyways, after a bit he gets this look on his face and walks off. Wasn't sure what was going on until my friend's friend says, "Fucking figures." Hottest guy in the bar walks up and he wants to fuck white guy. I felt like $1,000,000 and I'm straight. Went to a restaurant for lunch, got 3 compliments, 2 from women about my bearded restaurant. While walking back to my car, one of the women that complimented me at the restaurant was in the passenger seat of a car driving by, and she hung her head out the window and screamed another compliment at me. Then this woman that was eating outside at another restaurant called me over and complimented me as well. I was at work and a woman I work with, about in her 60s, was having a rough day. She was trying to work on something, and every manager she talked to gave her different, conflicting guidelines to follow, all complete different from the way she'd always done things, and she did things perfectly, I might add. She was very frustrated and working on something, and I walked up, not knowing about any of the other bullshit, and asked, "Oh, is this how we are doing this now?" She explodes at me, "I don't know. Is this how we do things? Everyone is telling me something different." I know she's not angry at me, so I say, I don't know. This isn't my rodeo. I'm just here to distract the bulls." The anger leaves her face as she's processing my joke. Then she lets out one of the heaviest and hardest gut laughs I've ever heard. When she's done laughing, she shoots me a look that both says "Thank you for making me laugh" and "You're very sweet and cute." I felt great. I don't know about you other guys. Being a guy of rather average looks myself, nothing makes me feel and attractive as making the women around me laugh. PS. To anyone who didn't get the reference, the person at a rodeo, whose job it is to distract the bulls, is called a rodeo clown, and this is what they look like. She was an old-fashioned farm wife and got the reference immediately. Christmas party a couple years ago, my group of friends, we are still going strong. Most of us are now almost graduating college, but this was back in high school. We're playing Paranoia. Explanation is later, and my name got called. I called the coin flip right and the question was who would you most likely go on a date with? And most of the girls just went yup, I agree. Felt really good about myself, and I think about it from time to time. Paranoia is when you all sit in a circle, one person at a time, asks a question to person next to them quietly so nobody else can hear. The person then answers with the name of someone in the game aloud, and the person whose name was called gets to call heads or tails. Flip the coin, and if you get it right, the question is revealed. Warning, the game always devolved into terrible questions like most likely to cheat or die alone, but it can also be filled with a lot of fun stuff. Just make sure you either A, don't know the group at all, or B, know them well enough so nobody takes things personally. I'm an average height fat guy. I don't have looks going for me, though I do have nice hair, but I have gotten numerous comments on my deep voice. One time I was waiting in line to order food, and when I got to the register, I said hi, how are you, to the cashier. She paused perplexed for a short moment and then said sorry. I was not expecting for you to have such a deep voice like that. Actually, now that I think back, I'm not sure if that was a compliment or not. But it has happened other times where people say I should be on the radio with my voice. I definitely have the face for it. One of the hot girls in high school said that to me, so that was nice. I've gotten compliments on my voice from mainly waiters / waitresses / cashiers. Also, I can tell you right now that button-up shirts with little repeating patterns are in. People have said they like the shirts I have that are like that. If you don't hit like and subscribe in 5 seconds, this clown will appear under your bed.